This episode of the Craze and 10 or Less is brought to you by the following sponsor.
Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, Issue 3 is now on Kickstarter. Eager Raven, a half-unicorn, half-human princess, is forced from her enchanted kingdom of Edenron into one of the outer kingdoms of men. Eager Raven is unsure how she can help her people, but a chance encounter with a noblewoman and her unusual lady-in-waiting reveals a path more treacherous than fighting the Dragon Lords themselves. Please check out Eager Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn on Kickstarter today.
Welcome to the Craze in 10 or Less. This is the show where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under, and if I don't, that's probably because I don't have enough backers. Anyway, so you're an indie comic book creator, but you want to do toys and merchandise and shirts. Where are you going to get the money? That's the topic of the day. I'm Champ, the Crazy Man Vera. Stop acting up. Let's get it. Anyway, so I can't tell you how many creators we've had on our show. And every single time, not all of them, but there's a handful, small handful. Every time I get frustrated when you have someone who is not established, doesn't have a foundation, doesn't have a depth and a portfolio of published works. It's coming from left field, but wants to go straight out into the game with toys, sweaters, caps, trinkets, all this stuff, and expects to recoup all that money on Kickstarter. So they go fund it out of pocket, and they expect to get the money back. Then they don't get the money back, and it disappears. So this is a public service message to all the indie creators out there that are starting to get into the game today and having these grandiose ideas and this overwhelming ambition that you want to dominate and you want to be the next best thing and you're going to be the next Spawn and the next Peanuts. Slow down, Oklahoma. Slow down. All right? Take it one step at a time. What's that song? Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Do comics. Do your comics first. Don't go nuts. I can give you the names and numbers of all the creators that went nuts. And all they ended up with was this inventory of stuff that they either have to give away for free or sell at a discounted price or try to sell throughout the years. The first order of business for an independent creator is to just freaking create. Just create. Create the best damn story that you possibly can. That's it. Nothing else. And finish it. Finish the story. I can tell you, on my shelf right up there, and if I pick up this camera and I just move it for you so you can see, up there on that shelf, you see those little action figures? I have prototypes. Those are prototypes. And those prototypes were done for me to pitch. I sold a couple, and I sold them at a premium. I sold a couple of them at $100 a pop. Had a case, box with the book in it. In fact, I'll show it to you guys one day on the show. At a con. So those lucky people that have that If they ever took it out the case and they kept it in the, the box itself, it was custom packaging and it came with the graphic novel inside. The whole bit is for my character Duty from Disneyland in my toilet. But I only did a handful of prototypes. I didn't break the bank, right? And it was for me to, if I did, the purpose of it was to have sample product to be able to pitch to licensing agents, not to the public, because I am very aware of my limitation. I don't have a marketing division. I don't have a PR division that's able to go out, a branding division that's able to go out and make certain that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted to be able to market that to the masses. I don't have the budget, the reach, and I'm not about to go and take a loan because I don't have those resources. So why am I going to take the loan? So I sell myself, I sell my family. So here's what happens. You sell your family on the idea. I have a great project. It has so much potential to be great. Look at this character. Imagine it as a plush. Imagine it as a resin. Imagine it as a bobblehead. An action figure. You're going to spend $1,500 or more for that sample design. Just hiring somebody to come up with the design, the sample design, the mold. The mold is going to cost you. That's what it's going to cost you. You need that mold. So you get $1,500 for, to go over, and then you're going to have to work out the specs. And to get the mold, and then if you're talking figures, you need a unit count. I got lucky. I did a deal with somebody. I'm not going to tell you about that deal, but that deal was a long time ago. I did a deal with a talented sculptor, and we worked out a deal. I didn't break the bank at all. And I think that's and for me, I wasn't trying to, I made mistakes. Learn from me. If you haven't learned from, all right, we've been doing this show forever. We have over 300 shows. There are so many episodes where we're talking about things to avoid and things you should do. Go back into the archive and check out the shows. We've interviewed guests that talked about their lessons they've learned. Go into the archives. Before you make a mistake, do your homework. Don't be cocky. Don't be that millennial, I know better, you don't know jack. I'm going to do it my way. And then next you know, you rent up all your credit cards with a 23% interest rate. And you're like, oh, damn. I should have learned. You're going to learn the hard way. You're going to learn today. That's for sure. So, don't, for lack of a better word, don't be stupid. Spend your money wisely. Create your book. If you create a great product and you create a buzz and people start talking to you about it, the right people with the bank, with the cheddar, right, with the deep pockets are going to come to you and say, hey, you're making moves out there. We want to help you take it to the next level, and let them pay for it. That's where you work out contracts and you get legal representation. But don't be a fool. If you want to do a prototype, you need some cheddar to get a prototype. Unless your boy is a sculptor and you went to school together and he's going to design that one piece for you, you got it made. But don't mass produce. Where are you going to keep it? How are you going to promote it? What store's going to want to go to you without a distributor? Distributors only want to know that you can move product. And there's a demand, which means that you're going to have to buy ad space. You're going to have to compete with the bigger names, like the Todd McFarlanes of the world. I'm going to do shows. And then here's the part. I know this is 10 minutes or less, but here's the part that drives me nuts. Well, I'm going to sell them at conventions. You're spending money to get those tables or booths at the conventions. On top of the money you spend on those prototypes, on top of the money you spend on those comic books, on top of the money you spend on your pinups and your transportation and your hotel, it's a domino effect. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Wake up, man. Don't be cocky. Don't be cocky. Everybody thinks that their product is the best product. It's okay. That's that drive, right? We all believe that. Doesn't mean you have to be overzealous. Doesn't mean you have to be foolish. Spend money you don't have, or get people to spend money they don't have, because your family loves you. It isn't foolproof. It's proven to capture fools. Right? You're an indie comic book creator. Create the comic first. Put your heart and soul into that, and then let the rest follow. If you have what it takes. If the product is that good. That's it. Stand tall with that. Don't go crazy, man. Don't. You're just going to be the one who has to face yourself in the mirror. That is my soapbox. I'm just saying that I don't want to see young cats go out there and just ruin your futures. Have fun doing the comics. Don't get stressed worrying about all of these miscellaneous stuff that, damn. Do you know that I still have t-shirts from 2005 of There's an Alien in My Toilet? Do you know that I still have thousands of trading cards? Because I thought that this was going to be fuego. I mean, I still had about 100 copies of my graphic novel for Disney in My Toilet. First print, black and white edition. Produced it in 2006. So, be mindful. You got to store this stuff. You got to protect this stuff. You got to ship this stuff. You got to create custom packaging. Prototype is one thing. Now you got to package this stuff. Be smart about it. With that said, all of you Forbidden supporters on Kickstarter, I just want to let you know everything's shipped. But there's a handful of you, about 6 of you. I sent emails out to you. I'm trying to get your address. I can't send you anything if I don't have an address. Don't go on social media blowing me up because you didn't answer the survey and you didn't fill out your address. So I sent another email today because everything's getting picked up. So everything's packaged. So those, I think there's like 6 or 7 of you that I don't have addresses for. So look at your emails. Check your spam folder, right? Check your junk mail. It went there. You pledge for Forbidden, then you know you need to send me your address. Stop acting up. With that said, don't forget, hit the links in the summary. Daphne Lades, our sponsor of this episode, has her Kickstarter going on right now for Eagle Raven. And Forbidden's going to launch November 1st on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. The links are below. If you are going to back issue number 2 of Forbidden on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, give me a thumbs up and put a comment below. I like to know if you're down with me. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting Catch the Craze. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We need to grow. We need to get monetized. I need to stop bringing this up cheddar because I'm a brokepreneur and I'm getting broker every day. That's the Crazy 10 or less. Talk to you later. Peace.